drown out the noise and get real focused on the opportunity, because I have a lot of empathy.
If you really want to become successful, you need to make sure that you go out and chase whatever it is that makes you happy. Because when it comes down to it, the only way you're going to really enjoy what you're doing is if you're happy every single day. So if there's something that you love to do, figure out a way to make that work for you. Because in today's world, anything has a cult following. Just about everything in the world you could possibly think of has a rabid fan base of people you've probably never seen, but you put it on the internet and people are going nuts for it. So there should be a huge open door for you, or do anything that seems to make you happy, because somebody else will enjoy that, because it will also make them happy.
I believe that right there is the definition of entrepreneurship. It's when you love your game more than what the game gives you.
So you need to make sure that whatever it is you are trying to become successful in is something that brings your heart joy and you can do every single day and just love it with your heart's fullest content. Because so many people try to become successful in fields that are easiest for them, or works better for their personality, whatever the case is, and then they become successful but they're miserable. And you don't want to do that, because then you'd have to restart your journey of success by doing what you truly love. And you don't want to restart the journey of success, because it's a long, grueling journey where you put in a lot of time and energy and effort to build yourself up day in and day out. So make sure you put all that time and energy and effort into something that you truly love.
This device that many of you are holding, we are living in the most opportunistic time ever to put yourself into a place of happiness. The reality is it's super simple. If for some way, through a joke or an analogy or a conversation here today or an answer to a question, I can get you to start the process of genuinely being able to handle judgment because you finally are exhausted. My ability to deal with your judgment when I go 70 and 13 is my strength. People here are in debt or can't do something because they're just staying above ground, but that's because they bought a house that was too expensive, not using rooms in that house, and they don't have the humility to sell that house and go back to rent because they don't want their friend from high school or their grandma to judge them, because we manifested that you have to own a home. And if you did, and now you're not just staying above water and you sold that home and moved into a shittier neighborhood or a smaller house or rented, now your actual life can open up. But no, the ideology of owning a home and the inability to take a step backwards to take 3 steps forward is gonna make you unhappy till the end. I roll with empathy and compassion and sympathy. This is, I'm not willing to live my life under your judgment of what life is. I'm familiar with it the way that many people are familiar with most things, which is they can headline read, but they're not, it's not something I'm deeply aware of, but on the headlining of, keeping things simple, not having a whole lot of stuff, like those kind of things, I can understand the nuances from afar. I understand that about me in some weird way. If that's where it goes, where it's like, if there's a deeper understanding to why one owns something, then it's a movement I can get really behind once I get educated, because I'm desperately sad because people are insecure and they need validation from others. And I think they use items to get validation from others. I really do. I think when I think about anything I buy, it's 100% for me. Even all the tchotchkes, the thrill of finding them at a garage sale, or like the one thing I actually buy that I think is silly is like custom New York Jets jerseys, but it's so for me. I think so many people are keyboard activists, right? Everybody's good at sending a tweet about how the world should be and nobody's doing anything about it, and that is just very much human nature. The US has had an incredible 200-year run, right? Like this is just what happens. So as a culture, I can't speak for, people that live in the Amazon River, and I can't speak for, people that still live in Belarus, but the American culture is soft, and that's a great thing. That means there's been enormous amounts of prosperity, but let's not be naive. I mean, people literally complain when somebody gives them the wrong amount of like extra cream in a Starbucks $6 coffee. We've gotten to a place where we complain. Out of all those lovely things you said, as I stood there getting ready to come, the part that, and I'm glad you pick up on this, and not a lot of people have said it before, so thank you. My lack of interest in complaining is so high, and when I watch what people complain about, it breaks my heart because they completely lack perspective. And I genuinely believe my happiness and optimism comes from my perspective. Even in political unrest times like right now, a lot of people are very bent out of shape, but the reality is that it's just never been better to be a human being. That's just the truth. That's just data. That's reality. If you're complaining, Like, look, if you're happy and you've got student loans and you've got mortgages and you work 2 jobs, but you're happy, good. The problem is there's so many millions of people just sitting around complaining, and then they go play Madden for 4 hours. Again, I want to clarify this because we had a clip the other day and everyone's like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's all about money, whatever. No. Just to set the record straight, if you are listening and you're complaining, then you got to audit yourself. You can't watch House of Cards. You can't play ball all day. Yeah. You can't go to ballet shows. Like, you got to work. And here's the thing, your grandpappy didn't have Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook. There are thousands of people right now making money, building social media followings, and then slanging other products. And they went from being like a pretty girl or a good-looking guy to, making $100,000 a year, or being somebody who was funny in the office to now making clips on YouTube and making $1 million a year. This is real. Like I'm triple mad because complaining always sucked, but complaining really sucks now because, again, our grandparents didn't have the options we have. We live in a 24/7 world. You can make money in your underpants when you get back home from your weight.
Thank you all so much for watching. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.